Imagine a world where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs never hit Earth. Instead of becoming fossils buried under layers of sediment, they evolved, thrived, and adapted alongside mammals, including early humans. In this alternate timeline, our planet would be dramatically different. Vast jungles and prehistoric savannas would still dominate the landscape, teeming with massive herbivores like Brachiosaurus and fast-moving predators like Velociraptors. Humanity's rise to dominance would be challenged by these ancient rulers. From an evolutionary standpoint, dinosaurs could have continued adapting over millions of years, possibly developing traits we can't even imagine today. Intelligent dinosaur species might have emerged, capable of communication, problem-solving, maybe even societal structures. Instead of domestic dogs and cats, perhaps humans would have formed bonds with smaller, docile dinosaur species. Or maybe we'd be fighting for survival in a world where T-Rex still roams. So let's get wild. If dinosaurs lived today, what species would you want as a pet or companion? Let us know in the comments below. Imagine riding a triceratops to school. In this dinosaur-dominated Earth, the rise of Homo sapiens would be anything but guaranteed. Prehistoric predators would make it extremely difficult for early humans to thrive. Hunting and gathering would be nearly impossible with packs of agile raptors stalking prey through dense forests. Shelter would have to be fortified to withstand attacks from massive carnivores. Perhaps early humans would evolve differently. We might become more elusive, more cooperative, or even more advanced at an earlier stage out of sheer necessity. Tribes could form symbiotic relationships with certain herbivorous dinosaur species, using them for transportation, food, and defense. These relationships would likely shape entire civilizations, akin to how horses shaped Mongolian warfare or how cattle influenced early agriculture. Let me ask you this. Do you think humanity could have survived in a world filled with apex reptilian predators? Drop a comment with your theory. Would we have adapted, or would dinosaurs still rule the Earth? Let's fast forward to modern times. Suppose humans did manage to coexist and evolve alongside dinosaurs. What would our cities look like? Skyscrapers built with reinforced steel to keep out flying pterosaurs? Subways engineered underground to avoid surface-level predators? Public transportation might involve dinosaur caravans or genetically engineered hybrids adapted for urban life. Zoos would be entirely different. Less about exotic animals and more like protected sanctuaries for rogue species. Laws and ethical debates would rage around dinosaur rights, conservation, and control. Environmental activists might protest against habitat destruction that threatens the nesting grounds of rare species like the Ankylosaurus. Would you visit a Jurassic-themed amusement park if dinosaurs were real and safely contained? Smash that like button if you'd be the first in line, or if you'd run the other way. Dinosaurs never going extinct means a complete shift in Earth's ecosystems. Many modern species we know today might never have evolved. Mammals like elephants, lions, or even whales might be non-existent or drastically different due to competition with dinosaurs for resources. Birds, which are descended from certain dinosaur species, might have developed alongside them or taken entirely different evolutionary paths. Rainforests, savannas, and plains would be more massive, teeming with life at a scale we've never known. Imagine looking out over a valley and seeing herds of sauropods stretching for miles, with apex predators lurking in the shadows. Environmental balance would be much more volatile, with entire regions constantly reshaped by migrations and battles between massive species. So here's a question for you. Which modern animal do you think would have been most affected by the continued presence of dinosaurs? Let's theorize in the comments. Modern science would have had an entirely different trajectory. Much of our technological advancement came from stability, farming, settlements, and domestication of animals. With giant predators threatening daily life, humans would have been forced to develop advanced technology much earlier just to survive. Think early AI for threat detection, high-speed travel to escape danger zones, and architecture designed with apex predators in mind. Genetics would also evolve rapidly. Scientists might study dinosaur DNA not from ancient amber, but from living specimens. We'd likely be far ahead in biotechnology, cloning, and hybrid species research. Ethical debates over gene editing and dino-human experimentation would take center stage in global discourse. Would you support gene editing if it meant creating peaceful pet-sized dinosaurs? Comment below, yes or no. The mythology and religion of civilizations would be deeply impacted by living dinosaurs. Instead of dragons in Eastern lore, real-life flying reptiles like Quetzalcoatlus might be worshipped. Ancient temples could be built in the shapes of revered dinosaur species. Cultural festivals might celebrate the annual migrations of herbivores or commemorate battles with carnivores. Religious figures and prophets could draw divine power from surviving dinosaur encounters. Sacred texts would include passages about taming beasts, miracles involving dino protection, or prophecies about a dinosaur apocalypse. Dinosaurs would be more than animals. They'd be part of the spiritual fabric of civilization. Tell me, what kind of myths do you think would emerge if we grew up with dinosaurs? Let's invent a few legends in the comments. It's only natural to assume that governments and militaries would attempt to weaponize dinosaurs. Imagine battalions of armored raptors trained for reconnaissance, or Triceratops tanks charging into enemy lines. Entire defense budgets would be allocated for the control, breeding, and deployment of these creatures. On the flip side, rogue nations or warlords might develop black market dino breeding programs, creating mutated hybrids for destruction. The world would face new ethical challenges in warfare. Would it be humane to send a living creature into battle? Could you trust an apex predator not to turn on its handler? Would you rather face a T-Rex with a laser cannon or an army of armored raptors? Let's debate the ultimate dino battle scenario below. Entertainment would evolve in wild ways. Instead of horror movies about dinosaurs, we'd have sitcoms about living with them. Dinosaur racing, aerial acrobatics with pterosaurs, or even talent shows featuring trained dino performers could dominate TV ratings. Books, comics, and video games wouldn't fantasize about bringing back dinosaurs. They'd be daily life. Celebrities might have pet compsognathus as red carpet accessories. Theme parks could include dinosaur safaris or gladiator-style combat arenas. Controversial, of course. What kind of dinosaur-themed show would you binge on Netflix? A romance between rival dino breeders? A comedy about a velociraptor babysitting toddlers? Pitch your wildest idea in the comments. Climate control would be essential. Large dinosaurs produce massive amounts of waste and need enormous quantities of food and water. Cities would need huge green belts to accommodate migrations, and climate engineers would work to maintain suitable temperatures for both humans and cold-blooded creatures. Mass migrations of sauropods would shut down entire cities seasonally, and building infrastructure to withstand dinosaur movement would be a global priority. Urban life would have to be modular and mobile, constantly adapting to the environment and local dinosaur populations. Would you live in a moving city if it meant sharing space with dinosaurs? Let me know what your dream dino-proof home would look like. In the end, a world where dinosaurs never went extinct isn't just one of danger. It's one of wonder. It's a planet of vibrant ecosystems, evolutionary marvels, and entirely new social and scientific paradigms. It's a place where all lives around every corner, and the boundaries between history and future are blurred by creatures that time forgot. This scenario challenges us to think beyond what is and wonder what could have been. And maybe, just maybe, it inspires us to protect the biodiversity we do have before it too becomes history. If you loved this journey through an alternate Earth, don't forget to like the video, comment your favorite dinosaur, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping scenarios every week.